Okay, welcome to the tutorial on the Bid Spades scoring spreadsheet. It's pretty simple. You see the colored boxes. The colored boxes are going to be the ones that you put information in. And if you go down to the bottom, you'll see all the instructions are right here. Enter data into green and blue cells. All the other cells are protected. What that means is if you accidentally type something into a non-colored cell, it's going to give you a warning that you're doing something that shouldn't be changed. Just cancel and go on. If for whatever reason you freak out and you hit OK, you can just do either Control Z to go backwards or hit the undo button up here, and it will just take that cell back to the way that it was. So the white cells are protected. The colored cells are where you enter the data. First thing you do is once you know the teams, you change the names. From north, south, east, west to, let's say, Tom and Katie are going to be partners, and Becky and Mark. You'll notice that it changes the headers up here to indicate which team is which. So basically, Tom and Katie are the green team. Becky and Mark are the blue team. Once you're beyond that, you just enter the bids in for each player. So as we normally do, how many are you going to take? Tom's going to take 1, Becky's going to take 3, Katie's going to take 2, Mark will take 5. It totals them up here, 3 and 8. And then when we're done with the hand, just put the number of tricks in. Let's say we got 4 and 9. And you'll see over here, and this is kind of a check column just to make sure we're entering a total of 13 tricks. 1, it'll light up green to let you know that you got at least things that total 13. And then in the middle, it calculates the score for that hand. And it also indicates by color just who is up. So in this case, Mark and Becky are up 81 to 31. We go to the next hand, and let's say it's the opposite here. 5 and 2 and 4 and 2. Got 9 to 4, 9 to 4. So what happens now if Tom and Katie go set? We got 8 and 5. It shows the hand score here. So we went down 10, and these guys get the set bonus of 10 times each trick, so 5. It goes that way. If for whatever reason, the only thing that can really go goofy is that if it's a big hand and we bid 0 and get 0, which means we get 0 points, you'll notice that it loses the cumulative score, and there's just I couldn't figure out a way to make that compute. So we just got to do something to trick it in that case. And it says down here in the end, in the odd case of a team bidding 0 and getting 0, you'll need to give them a trick so they get at least 1 point. And then you take an extra trick away from another hand to counteract it. So we're just going to give these guys a point. Obviously, it's going to equal 14, but we're going to go up to another hand that they had an extra one up here. We've got 4 and only bid 3. We just changed that to 3. And basically, it's just a workaround to get around that odd case of a team bidding 0 and getting 0. So instead of 2 13s, you got a 12 and a 14. Doesn't happen that often, but that's the only way that I can deal with it. All the bonuses are in, including the new no trump bonus. Let's say in this first hand that Becky and Mark actually bid 8 in no trump. If we put a yes in that column, it's going to give them an extra 25 points. If for any bid that's not no trump, just leave it there. So just in the case, if somebody bids no trump, just put a Y in that column. And it just goes on and on. Here's one from the last. Format's a little bit different because I made some changes, but this is the one from the other night where Katie and Becky won by 10 points, and shows you all the way through how it works. So then at the end, so what happens at the end? Do we want to save this game? Because I've been saving all of them here. We can look back if we want or whatever. If you don't want to save it, you don't have to, but if you want to save it, just hit this plus button. We'll add a new sheet, and we'll put the date of that that the game was played as 3-4. If we go back to this corner square right here and click on it, see it highlights the whole sheet. If we right click and copy, and then go to that blank sheet with the new date on it and right click and paste, it will just save that game, the record of that game. It takes a little second for it to make all the computations, but there it comes up. So, and then next you go back to the master and you can just obliterate all of the data that you inputted, and it just takes it back to square one. You can start over with a new game. Put the new names in, it'll fill in the top, and you're good to go.